welcome to another video by Jim the Car Guy. Today we have a 2007, it's a Jeep Grand Cherokee with a 3.7 liter engine. We're going to be doing just some basic maintenance. We're going to be changing the fan belt, and the reason we're going to change it is because when the vehicle is running, you can hear a slight chirping noise coming from the belt. It is an 07 and it is original, so we are going to do that. I'm going to show you how to check the pulleys also once you have it disconnected, just to make sure that there's no other issues with the pulleys, which I'm pretty confident in this case is just going to be the belt. So we'll bring you up front and I'm going to show you how to do it, and should take all of about maybe 20 minutes, half hour tops. All right, let's get up there, I'll show you what to do. Okay, this belt is actually fairly easy to do on this particular vehicle. What we're going to do is we're going to come down over in the side right over here. This is actually the tensioner right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to release the tensioner so that we can pull the fan belt off. Now, before you do anything, I just want to point out that you want to definitely, if you can't memorize it by taking a picture of it, then you want to draw something out so that you have an idea of okay, it's my ridiculous little schematic, but if you don't have a picture of it from online or whatever, and you don't take a picture with your cell phone, just draw something out so you know exactly how the fan belt goes back on there, because you may think you're going to remember it, but you're going to take the belt off and you're going to look at it and you're going to be confused where it goes. So just draw yourself out a little schematic. You'll be happy that you did. All right? Now, different ways you can take the belt off. One, you can use a ratchet, and you can put a ratchet on here and you can just push down and you can remove the belt like that. That's a little bit of an easy way to do it. But if you don't have a ratchet and you have just a wrench, this particular case it's a 15 millimeter. I am going to use a wrench that's a little bit longer, because when you have a little bit of a longer wrench, you get a little more leverage and it makes it a little bit easier to get the belt off and on. All right? I hope you can see okay there. But basically you just put your wrench on here and you're going to actually release the tension off of this tensioner right here. And when you release the tension, you'll take the belt off on this location over here, and then you'll let it back up. So, all right, let's do it and we'll see. All right, remember, push your belt tensioner, release it. You take the belt off like this, and you release your wrench very slowly, because it'll come flying right back up. All right, then you take your belt off, like that. Now, I just want to point this out before you go and put your new belt on. Just match up your belt. You go from end to end and make sure the belt is the same size. In this particular case, the belt is the correct belt, but I can't tell you how many times it's happened where you go to put the belt on only to find out that the belt is a little bit too short or a little bit too long. Easier to find out right here, right now, before you try to put it on a car. All right, so we're going to take our belt and we're going to put everything back on the way that it previously came off, except this point up in here is where the belt is going to go on last. So we're going to consult our schematic that we have, or the picture from your phone, or whatever. All right, so now we'll put our belt on the crankshaft first, come up around the power steering, and then you just hold tension up. You put your belt around your idler pulley, go around your tensioner, over the top of your AC, down around your water pump. And now before you do anything, you're going to look and you're going to make sure your belt is on each one of the pulleys just the way it's supposed to be, right? And you're going to take your wrench or your ratchet, whichever works for you, and you take it and you push down like this, and then the last piece you put on is going to be on your alternator. Right, you push it on like that. Just make sure your belt is all straight. Now, I just want to point this out. If you're trying to put this on here and you're having a pain in the rear end trying to get that over there, you can't push it down far enough, stop doing that. Put the belt, take this part off on the lower part of the water pump right in here. Put this on the top here, and then you slide the belt on here last. It'll be a little easier going on here because there is no lip, where on top of the alternator there's a tiny little lip there that you have to go over. In this case, we don't have to worry about that. The belt went on, but if you have a problem, that's the way you can resolve it. Now, before you do anything, before you start the vehicle, make sure your belt is in the pulley here and here. Make sure everything is exactly where it's supposed to be, especially on the lower crankshaft. If you have something on here and you didn't put it on correctly, when you start this up, you're going to eat the new belt up and you're going to be kicking yourself and not taking a second to check just to make sure. All right, so now we take our schematic, we take our wrenches away, and the last thing we're going to do is we're going to start it up, let it run for a minute, and then we're going to check to make sure it's okay. So let's fire it up. Okay, now we have everything back in place where it belongs. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to come in here, we're just going to take a look just to make sure everything is on the pulleys just the way it's supposed to. And as you can see, it is on the pulleys correctly. Everything is perfect the way it is. All right, fairly easy. Take your time. Don't start this up with your hands in there because you'll lose some fingers if you get in there and you get your fingers caught in there. Don't start it unless your hands are out of the way. All right, make sure all your tools are out of the way. Close it down, and that's it. You're out the door. All right, any questions, any comments? If I can help anybody out, you send me an email. I'll be more than happy to talk to anybody about anything. Don't forget, subscribe to my channel. You like what I'm doing? Give me the big thumbs up. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.